So I was watching this movie called Seventh Dimension on YouTube, and it occurred to me that I don't think dimensional reality, or whichever one you exist in, is as important as realizing that there are other ones. That's all you really need to know. Um, so I decided it would be fun to ask some questions. We use a different deck though. I'm going to use the Eye of Ra deck because it gives more interpretive messages than. So if you could peel the layers of a dimension back like the layers of an onion or peeling an onion, right? There's medicine inside or behind that first layer. It's like taking the mask off. That's medicinal. It is, because it's Halloween, I'm going to stick with my negative thoughts. I'm just going to let them take over for a moment. But it's the difference between being a skinwalker and a body snatcher. A skinwalker can shapeshift, or a shapeshifter can shapeshift, right? That's using the same vessel but shifting the appearance of it. Really good makeup artists can do that too, by the way. Yeah, like, Thunderbird tracks. That's what I mean. It's in the same vessel, but it's a different form. So maybe it would be like a triangle with a circle in it, or a square, or something. Different shapes, geometric ones. So I don't know why I'm also seeing here like this would be similar to taking, for example, the Matrix, the car Matrix is the same exact car as the Vibe on the inside, but on the outside, totally different brand, totally different, shell of a car. It's the ghost in the shell. Body snatching is not just supposed to be kidnapping, it's also the ability to mentally control someone else's vessel. Yeah, so you see how there's that overlap right there in the middle? That's because you're still in your own vessel, but you're also controlling someone else's at the same time. No better way to for me to depict this. I think I said there's two triangles. Maybe there's like some circles in the triangles or triangles in the circle. That's what I mean by like understanding dimensional geography and geometric formation as it takes shape is really important in understanding the difference between a dot on a flat surface or a 3D orb that can pass through the flat surface. No problems. I don't know why, but I'm getting that I need to stop pulling right here and switch decks. This is cleansing the energy. So there's something about this that needs to be cleansed. Or people need a different lens to look through when it comes to things like dimensional reality. I'm going to use the Map Shifters deck. Here's home right away on the bottom of the deck. I don't know why, but my ears just started ringing. Um, it's gone now. It was just for like a second. Oh, ringing. Oh, okay. There's something I need to say something about dimensional communication or frequency. It's also there's something about needing to mention alpha and beta brain waves. There's also theta and gamma brain waves. This is really weird. I guess it's going to be relevant in a minute. Or my brain could be lying, man. I don't know. What is this about? So let me go back to my creepy examples because I like those. I like those a lot. Um, yeah, look at this balancing act. It's right there now. So this is the balancing act of homeostasis between dimensions. It's understanding what a form looks like visually, but also being able to form the thought into reality, if that makes sense. They're interconnected, the dimensions. So right now I'm at a latitude and a longitude. If we wanted to map, like graph it, then you could also say which floor I'm on. So that when you have the X, Y, and the Z axis, right? This is about the balancing act of homeostasis. I don't know why I feel like I keep not having the right deck in my hand. I don't know what that's. Oh, I picked up this deck and it said home on the bottom of it and then balancing act. So I'm actually going to switch to my deck, the one that I created or made on my own. And I give it a quick shuffle because it's been a while. All right. Who will make you happy today? So I don't know why I'm seeing a cow and the ground beef suddenly. If this is the cow, you can't make ground beef like beef patties, round beef patties, unless the cow was at one point standing up grazing. I don't know how that's relevant. It's about what's inside the bun, okay? When you're being yourself on the inside, it's about what's inside of yourself. When you're inside the universe, it's about what's inside the universe. What squeezed between your birthday and your death day. That's the bun. This is the content. So this is the cheese and the beef, right? This one has a chili pepper right across the middle of it. I'm hearing red hot chili peppers, but probably only because I'm hungry. Yeah, that's what I mean. This is the key to dimensional interaction and understanding. That there's no such thing as direction. Not when you're floating around in space, which is what we're technically doing. Anytime you move, ooh, I'm floating this way, ooh, I'm floating that way. No, I'm not like floating in the air. I'm not floating in the air, but I am projecting thought. And that's what we're talking about. It's the key and peel to the onions that you're going to put on this burger. Okay? You can caramelize them first if you want to. Either way, it's onions, beef, cheese, child. Woo! Hard work. That was hard work. The key to the umbrella is the pink diamonds. Okay. Anyway, just had to say that really fast. So yeah, this. Oh, okay. Here we go. This is the Wheel of Fortune, major arcana. So this is the key to fortune. It's the key to eating well. It's the key. I'm hearing ketosis for some reason, but I think that's because we were just talking about homeostasis. There's something about systems coming through as well. This is like understanding the system, but not the system as in the government. This is understanding universal system and law. That it will return. You will become unified with it in the case that your energy signature is on point. You can have a whole bunch of keys. You can pick up whatever keys you want, honestly. There's a bunch of them out there. Finding the door that goes to that key, that's the trick. I used to wear a key around my neck. And people always used to be like, oh, is that the key to your heart? Kinda, yeah. Your heart has a frequency. It has a vibrational being and essence of its own. It's just as unique as your biometric imprint. Any of the other ones. Your fingerprint, your DNA sequence, all that. It's just that unique. It's just that unique. So these two, if we're going to play like, the ring toss, these two rings would land perfectly on those two pegs. Theoretically speaking. But you wouldn't understand that if you were in a flat existence, which is what I meant by, I don't know why, but I'm just seeing someone's like hair being really flat or really big, like being able to be both at this, like, not at the same time, but it's the same set of hair. So if I straight flat iron my hair right now, it's going to be in a different form, a different shape than it is at the moment. At the moment, this is the shape it's taking. The shape it's taking in this moment is this. You can use a frequency, a sequence of events, a sequence of information, just like your DNA. Just like your DNA. And ring toss. It's like being able to sequence, sequencing events, sequencing genetics, sequencing alphabetically, like books in a library. There's sequences of a lot of different things. The Fibonacci sequence, which is also the same way that each wave that ever touches the beach on this planet, they all break in the Fibonacci sequence. Every single last one of them. Every single last sunflower, Fibonacci sequence on the inside. There's a definite way to tap into the higher you've never seen a hypercube, go look up what a hypercube is, because it's actually really difficult to look at. You can see it, but you don't. And then it plays Tesseract kind of games with your head. just because your eyes are not able to actually decipher every part of what you're seeing. You can wrap your brain around it, but your eyes are not predispositioned to see the fourth dimension of a cube or a hypercube. You can see it, but you have to be instructed on how, usually. And then once you see it, you can't unsee it. You can't not think about it. It's not ever going to not be a part of your focus. So in that way, it's a domino effect included with this. It's the skip of a rock across the surface of a lake. It's the ring toss. How many times is it going to skip? We don't know. We're just going to chill at the shack, eating crab legs and stuff until that point comes along, you know? Yeah. This is this is the moon card. The moon smells a specific way. If you know your specific tarot, this is a little piece of magazine that had perfume sprayed on it that I made into the moon card. There's a distinct, like everyone has their own body odor, right? Or their own pheromones. This is similar to that. This is knowing, you're able to almost decipher what kind of burger is being, put together on this wheel of fortune just by the smell. Like I said, there's something about being on point. It's almost like having a dog that you're walking, or another human if you're a body jumper, or if you're a body snatcher, or a skinwalker. Then you could probably walk someone else's skin, someone else's pheromones, someone else's hormones for that matter. You'd be running all of those endorphins, all that stuff in the brain. Look, let's use the brain deck. The happiness deck for brain chemicals. What is this? Tell me what we would need to know about smelling ourselves in the fourth dimension, please. Because that's the only way I can think to approach it in a very night owl way. Head on the swivel, 360 degrees, please. Now, I did say that you can caramelize these onions before you put them on the burger. You can also put caramel on an apple. This is the sweetness of life. This is the good stuff, like the good sugars, not the artificially made ones. Because there is a huge difference, obviously. Processed sugar versus natural sugar, big difference. You could look it up on your phone if you don't believe me. It doesn't have a lot to do with anything else besides, look, this is crazy. This is what this says. Foods high in carbohydrates allow tryptophan, an amino acid, to enter the brain, where it's then converted to lovely, calming serotonin. I'm just going to tell you. I actually had a conversation with someone about tryptophan yesterday. And that's the itis. It's what causes the itis. It's nice serotonin, but it's also going to put you to sleep. Like, this is the calming agent. This is full stomach. You just ate really, really yum. I just said I was hungry. This is the full stomach fall asleep. This may be one of the reasons why foods such as pasta are so addictive. Just going to read the bottom also because it's also very interesting. It says, what to do while mac and cheese is awesome, eating some more complex carbs like apples, sweet potatoes, and carrots can provide a feel-good slow burn. I'm sticking with the ring toss, okay? That's what this is. This is the apple of your eye. This is the focus that it takes to mentally project into a different dimension. So learning time in analog, military, as well as digital. Those are the three. There's only three that I know of that we use on this third dimension. Then we also have time, which is the fourth dimension, ironically enough. So we're going to map out, all these axes. You could have 4 different axes of the same thing on some dimension. Go look at the hypercube. In the meantime, when things are squared or cubed or boxed or whatever, right, we're looking at 1 unit or 1 pixel or once upon a time. Does that make sense? It's a small window that we can either zoom in on or zoom out from. That's what this is. It's being able to identify those were the 2 times in my life that this and this happened. What was the significance? The good carbs, the bad carbs, the serotonin and the tryptophan. Okay? Yeah. All right. I think I'm satisfied.